Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Trainer Talk. Today we have all four of us. DeLauren was in the last one, so welcome, DeLauren, if you didn't watch that one. Today we're going to be talking about why your past programs may not have worked. So maybe you didn't get the results that you wanted, or maybe you got the results you wanted, but then you fell off track and everything went the other direction, and you gained back whatever you had accomplished. So we want to talk about why that happens, and it really just comes down to three main things, and we even added in a fourth thing that we think is very important as well. But in order to succeed in achieving your goals and actually keep them forever, you need to have at least three things, and that's going to be workouts, so fitness. That could be working out in the gym, doing home workouts, or daily movement, walking outside, riding bikes. You need to exercise, in other words. Nutrition, you have to eat, healthy at least about 70% of the time. You want to have a good, solid nutrition plan. And then the third thing is accountability. You need to actually stick to the plan and have somebody or hold yourself accountable to those daily actions that you're doing. We added in a fourth thing of like a routine. So creating a daily routine that involves these habits of nutrition and exercise in order to achieve your goal and then keep it. So a big part of that as well is choosing something that is sustainable. So when you think about programs such as Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, following some kind of diet that's really popular, such as keto, you get the nutrition. Sometimes you get some accountability with that, as in you're following some sort of plan. Maybe you're on a Facebook group and you're posting in the group and you have other people kind of checking in on you, holding you accountable, but they don't give you the workouts. So you're missing that entire fitness element. And this is where we see a lot of people that have done these types of nutrition plans and they lose a lot of weight. But what happens is they lose a lot of muscle mass in the process because they're not resistance training. Normally they're in a big calorie deficit. And so they lose this weight. Normally it's very restrictive and you have to follow this plan very strictly so you don't enjoy it. It's not sustainable. After about 30 days or 45 days, 60 days, you're kind of over it, or maybe you've accomplished the challenge. You go back to your old habits, all that weight comes back on because you lost all that muscle and because you couldn't continue with the nutrition plan you were following. So that's one example. Another example would be the other way around, where you start going to the gym, you're working out, maybe you even start classes or start doing one-on-one training. We see this all the time is people start working out a lot and they think that that's what they need to crush their goals and achieve the body that they want, but they don't follow any sort of nutrition plan with that. So unless you're combining that nutrition with the fitness, you're not going to achieve that goal. You can do all the workouts you want, but if you're eating 3,000 calories of junk food, you're not going to lose any body fat. Same thing with being DeLauren. If we could do all the bodybuilding workouts, the strength training workouts 6 days a week for 2 hours, but if we eat 1,000 calories and don't have any protein, we're not going to build any muscle. So it goes both ways with building muscle and losing body fat. So those are the two most popular examples. And so what we do as coaches is we combine the accountability, the fitness, and the nutrition. And we kind of want to get into that and hopefully help you guys achieve your goals long term.
Okay. First, I wanted to touch on the sustainability aspect of it, where yes, you can stick to it for 30 days, for 60 days, whatever length the challenge is that you're choosing. There's a lot of them popping up right now. And one thing is that, yes, you can stick to it for that time. You might get great results, so it worked, but you didn't keep the results long term. So did it actually work? Did it actually do anything for you? Any money that you spent, any time and effort that you spent doing that program, was it actually worth it? Well, if the result ends up being the same, like if your goals, you're still at the same level away from your goals, did it actually give you any benefits? So one thing that all these programs, the like Weight Watchers and maybe it's like a keto or something like that, you have to fit the program instead of the program fitting into your lifestyle. So you have to work around this program. Like if you're trying to go out to eat and have a date night with your significant other, but you are on a super strict paleo, no carb, X's and O's plan, you're like, I can't go out to eat. I can't hang out with my friends because there's going to be these foods there and I don't want to eat them, so I don't go. And then, you're missing out on that aspect of your life too, which, not that you couldn't go and just, enjoy the company and not eat, but still it's not a long-term solution. But the thing is it's a long-term problem. So it's not like, you never have to eat or you never have to work out after that challenge is over. It's a long-term thing. So instead of focusing on the results, the quick, fast results in 30 days by doing, cutting calories by 1,000, you're doing 5 workouts a week, all these different things. The benefits of doing it the routines way, the, meeting you where you're at, kind of the style that we do, is you actually get some quick wins, but over time it actually sticks. So finding what you can do every day for the rest of your life, that's going to help support your, like, who you want to become as far as, a parent, or what your goals, your health and fitness goals looks like, where you want to go. You want to have those habits stack up over time rather than just trying to be that person right away and, pile too much on your plate, because then it almost sets you up to fail.
Yeah, so that was perfectly said. I mean, we never require our clients to be 100% perfect. That's just an unhealthy, unrealistic way to look at things. We say 70 to 80% of healthy eating, of exercising, of doing your habits every single day is going to get you to your goals. If you are trying to be 100% perfect all the time, or if you're trying to follow a program that expects you to never enjoy food, to never enjoy life, then it's not going to be sustainable, or you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. So we try to help our clients find that happy medium of, yes, living healthy, but also living and enjoying life. I always say when you are starting a workout program, the slower you see your results, the better you are off. I think that it takes time to, in a healthy way, lose weight or build muscle, or whatever your goal is. And again, if you're losing weight too fast, you're probably doing something wrong. You're probably not eating enough. You might be over-exercising. There's a lot of things that kind of play into that. So it can be kind of frustrating because we live in a fast-paced culture where we want fast-paced results. But I think almost the faster you hit those results, the more unrealistic it is, the more unsustainable it is, and the more likely you are to just go right back to where you started at. So.
And I would just like to add and reiterate the idea that the work doesn't end as soon as you leave the gym, like Taylor was saying earlier. You have to have that workout and then eat the right foods after to see the results that you want to see. And that's why it's so beneficial to have that coach, the nutrition coach or the personal trainer, to help you get started, because some people, sometimes they come in and they have no idea where to start, no idea what foods to eat, and just that extra accountability and help from a coach can be the entire difference. And then another thing is, I see a lot of people compare themselves to other people when they're doing a program or seeing other influencers on social media, and that can get really discouraging. And I think that can be part of the problem why some people don't finish programs, because they easily discourage themselves. And that's just something I've seen a lot, and I wanted to add that too.
Yeah, 100%. So I like to say you can have the world's best nutrition plan, you can have the world's best workout routine, but if you don't do it and if you don't like doing it, you're not going to get the results that you want, because eventually, you're going to lose that motivation. You're not going to want to go to the gym one day. Maybe you don't want to eat that meal. So we really need to find balance between kind of finding out where we're at right now, what can we do to move in the right direction, but that's sustainable and enjoyable. And like Lauren said, we don't need to match what everybody else is doing. That's where I feel like a lot of these programs go wrong, is like it's a one size fits all. Like, for a lot of programs, it's like every single person needs to do this, this, and this. Whereas every single person is different. They need a different amount of nutrients. Maybe they eat at different times. They need a different amount of water. Maybe they need different types of workouts. And that's where having the accountability of a personal coach or a trainer can help meet where you're at and come up with a plan that is going to be the best fit for you based off where you're starting, and then we progress from there. So unfortunately, you're not going to get right to your goal super fast like a lot of people think. But if at the end of a year, let's say, you do these 30-day challenges a couple times during the year, but at the end of the year, you've bounced right back to where you started, sometimes even worse. Did you make any progress? Going back to what Bethany said, you can do all these challenges you want, but if you end up right in the same spot or sometimes worse because you're defeated, because you didn't get those results to stick, did you create change? Whereas if we started in the beginning of the year and we made very subtle, small changes, and at the end of the year, you were, let's say, halfway to the ultimate goal that you want to be at, you're so much further ahead than trying to do these little challenges throughout the year and being in the exact same spot. And that's what we try to do. We could deliver these crazy fast challenges, but we want to create lifestyle change. We want to change people's lives for the better, not just in 30 days or 60 days, but for the rest of their life, so that they can enjoy life as long as they want, be able to experience good memories with their family and friends. We want to create that sustainable and enjoyable change. We just talked about our vision of TH Fitness, and our mission is to literally bring health and fitness to the Thumb of Michigan, because it's literally never been done before. There's never been a gym that has survived, more than a few years in our hometown. There's never been, nutritionists or health and fitness coaches. And so that's what our mission here is to bring this knowledge and experience, the accountability, the mentoring, and the place that you can actually come to accomplish your goals and basically live that healthier and happier lifestyle for the remainder of your years. That's our goal.
Yeah. I'd like to tie back to kind of what you said with the little spurts versus that slow and steady. It kind of ties into what you were talking about, Caitlin, with slower is better. You get better results. You also just enjoy the process more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think a lot of people have almost a dysfunctional relationship when it comes to health and fitness, of looking at it as exercise is a punishment or eating healthy is a punishment, and thinking say you get to the end of the week of being super strict, no sugar, no unhealthy foods, and doing your workouts. You get to the end of the week and you're like, you know what, I deserve a glass of wine, I deserve this treat, and then you go off the rails because you're like, I broke the diet, I'm just going to start again Monday. And I feel like a lot of people might fall into that, of they're really good throughout the week, and then all of a sudden on the weekend they allow themselves that I deserve to have a break, or I deserve to have a cheat meal. But it's reframing that and thinking, you know what, no, I deserve to be my happiest and healthiest self. I deserve to treat my body with respect, and I deserve to feel good after eating a meal and feel good after completing my workout. And just kind of reframing that of I deserve to achieve my goals. Obviously, it's better when you have a more sustainable plan versus one that's very cut and dry, of black and white, of you can't have this and you can't have that. Mm-hmm. But I think that the I deserve it mentality comes from all the years of past programs or past weight loss challenges where it's you have to be exactly on plan, you can't eat this, can't eat that. And kind of gives that mindset of I have to deserve to have balance in my life, or views the, eating healthy, these healthier habits as a negative thing, where, it's really enhances your overall life, your overall productivity, your relationships, mood, and everything like that, where I think people take that aspect of it for granted when they're just doing those quick challenges. They just see the number on the scale, or they just see the clothes, the picture transformations. They're not really seeing the big picture of what health and fitness actually is about. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people realize that after they first start working with us. Throughout their journey, they start to realize the underlying reason for why people work out and why people actually eat healthy is to become that healthy version of themselves.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, that's why we dig so deep into why people are actually here. Like, not just to lose weight, but like, why do you want to lose weight? And it usually comes down to a confidence issue or not being able to keep up with their kids or their grandkids or whatever it is. So I think that's just really important to not just come in here again for the number on the scale or something like that, but to really know like what deep down is the root issue, and then working on healing that and fixing that, and then the results come with time by doing those things.
Yeah, I agree. I think the why is a huge motivator and something that can, give you the motivation to wake up every morning and go to the gym and eat healthy and invest in your future self is really what it is. And I think that it's also important to set short-term achievable goals for yourself, because I think people get caught up looking so far ahead into the end result and they realize it's like running a marathon. When you're at the first mile and you're looking to mile 26, it seems like forever away. But when you break it up into these short-term achievable goals, like 1 mile at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 workout at a time, it seems much more reasonable and achievable, and it's easier to stay compliant and motivated to reach those.
I love that.
Yeah,
That was very
good.
good. Yeah. Tying back to the why, like you said, and then making it more achievable. Start with your long-term goal and then break it down into achievable goals. So it's called reverse engineering. So whatever goal you want to achieve, try to break that down. Okay, how am I actually going to get there? What steps do I need to take? Instead of just looking at the finish line, you need to look at what's right in front of you and take it one day at a time. And that also that relates to something we were talking about earlier with and we'll maybe share a link to the toothbrush method or the toothbrush theory. Basically, if you forgot to brush your teeth one night, you're not just going to never brush your teeth again. Like, you're going to wake up the next morning and brush your teeth, right? And you're just going to move on with life. Like, oh, I forgot once, get back on track the next day. If you slip up, if you have a bad meal, if you miss a workout, if you have a bad day, like sometimes it's just your mindset. You don't feel like going to work out. It doesn't mean you need to give up. It doesn't mean you've failed. You've learned a lesson, you move on, and you get back started the next day. Take it one day at a time, one step at a time. The big thing is just never give up. Just keep trying day after day and stay consistent with that, and you'll eventually reach your goals. You'll get to that finish line. And a good way to stay motivated is what Lauren said. Remind yourself of your why every single day. Put it on the mirror in your bathroom. Make a screensaver on your phone. Put it on your fridge. Anywhere you can read and remind yourself, why are you doing these things every day? Why am I drinking water every hour throughout the day? Why am I working out every single morning when I don't want to? Why am I eating healthy instead of having Snickers and potato chips? Like, why am I doing these things? Oh, because I want to be a better version of myself, because I want to lead by example as a parent, because I want to have a better relationship with my spouse, because I want to be able to keep up with my kids. All of those things are core reasons. It's not because you want to lose 20 pounds. It's because of the result. It's because of the confidence. It's because of what you can do after you lose the 20 pounds. So that is what we want you guys to focus on. Hopefully this helps. You guys have anything else to add? Okay, so be sure to like and subscribe to the episode and start taking action. If there's anything that you can take away from this, if you're just starting out, try to start with better eating habits. So just start adding in more healthy stuff. It's easier to add stuff in than take stuff away. So if you're somebody that drinks pop or eats fast food, it's sometimes hard to take that habit away. So start adding in more good stuff. So maybe start drinking more water and eating more vegetables or eating more protein. And then eventually you'll cut those other stuff out. Start moving your body. So if you've never worked out before, start, it's getting nice outside, start going for walks. You could start in the gym. Great way to start is classes or training because you're getting that accountability with it, which is such a big piece. And then just keep building from there. Obviously, we do free consultations. So we will sit down with anybody for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, dig into why you do want to change, and then we will give you what we think is the absolute best program for you to start with, to start building a foundation and start becoming the person that you want to become. So if that sounds like you, make sure you reach out and we will set that up. If not, we will see you in the next episode. So have an awesome day.